Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm mrbobvin or Malika, and as you guys can tell from the title, I'm going to be showing you guys everything I knitted in 2023. This right here is all I knitted in 2023. As you can tell, it's definitely not as much as 2022, maybe because the year isn't over, but I definitely didn't really focus a lot on like going crazy with my knitting. I just knit it when I felt like it, and when 2022 I was just knitting like I lost my mind, just going crazy. Now I'm going to get into, my cats are in here, they're crying at the door and stuff, so I had to let them in, and now they're just chasing each other, so if you hear crazy stuff, it's them. So now I'm going to talk about everything I knitted in 2023. So I did not crochet anything in 2023. 2023 was my era of just knitting, freehanding, trying different things and doing that. And my voice is going away, so just ignore that. So anyway, I started off 2023 strong with a free-handed sweater, crop sweater. So this is what I knitted at the beginning of 2023 in January, and I used this cloud yarn I got in Sweden last year because I was like, I need to figure out what to knit with this yarn because it was just sitting on my shelf, and I was like, I need to make something with this. So I just randomly decided to knit this cute sweater, little crop sweater, and this yarn feels so good, and I love the colors too. Like, that's just how the yarn is. I didn't do any of that. That's just how it knitted up, and I'm obsessed with that. Like, this is so cute, but I actually haven't worn it out because this was at the bottom of my bucket because this was the first thing I made in 2023, so that just got buried under all my projects that I knitted after that. But I'm definitely gonna put this on the hanger because this is super cute. Like, are you serious right now? So that is what I started off with, and then after that I was in my super freehand era. That's when I was like, I want to start knitting stuff I haven't knitted before, and that's when I decided to knit short for the first time ever. I don't know why. I don't know why I decided to do that. I don't know why I decided to figure it out. I actually wasn't going to figure it out, actually. I do remember that because I was like, I want to knit shorts, and so I just looked up knit shorts, and I couldn't find a pattern that was simple. Like, all the videos I looked at, they were like super challenging. So I was like, so I did, like, those videos were helpful, which is how I created my own pair of shorts. So I did take like little methods here from like one video and another video, and then I just put that, like, combined that knowledge, and that's how I ended up with my own. But I would definitely say I simplified knit shorts. I didn't even know I could simplify it this much, but I was like, I kind of just used like my common knit knowledge, and I was like, if I could do this, I could do that, and that, it wouldn't end up like this, and then I could just do this, and then I ended up with this beautiful pair of shorts. Like, I didn't have to do anything crazy. I think the craziest thing I had to do with this was the elastic, adding elastic in a waistband. That was the craziest thing I had to do, and I knew how to add elastic in my waistband because in 2017 in high school I took fashion, and I made my own like pajama pants, like sewed. So like fabric, I had to cut fabric into a pants pattern, all that stuff. So I knew how to like weave elastic in a waistband because of that fashion class I took in 2017. Shout out to that class because that helped me in 2023. Crazy. And that was the only thing I had to basically learn how to do. But I simplified these shorts so much, and it turned out great. I didn't just simplify it and then it like turned out like, no, I simplified it and it turned out amazing. I didn't have to do any weird techniques that I've never heard about. I didn't have to like learn anything new. Literally all the knowledge I had, I just put it straight into the shorts, and then I ended up with this cute little short set. And I wanted to do shorts because I had extra yarn left, and I was like, okay, let me just try to knit shorts and see how it comes out. And then I ended up with this cute set. Like, I'm obsessed with this set. This is like the cutest thing ever. And I actually need to, I could just wear this in a house. Oh my gosh. And then this is so perfect. So I had this, right? So I made this, and then I told Kahila to knit socks for me to go with this outfit because I had more yarn left, and she knitted these socks for me to match this. So this is a cute little set that I guess that I have to wear, and I think that's so perfect that I wore these socks. After I knitted shorts, I was like, okay, since knitting shorts, you know, that was super easy. I didn't have to do anything crazy. I was like, okay, why don't I knit pants? I've never knitted pants ever. Knitting shorts, that was my first time I've ever done anything pants/pants related in knitting. Actually, I've never even crocheted pants before, so that was actually, or shorts, so that was actually my first time like crocheting/knitting any pants at all. So after that, I was like, okay, if I can knit shorts, I can knit pants, because knitting shorts, it's just short pants, and I would just continue knitting if I wanted pants. And so I ended up knitting these cute pants, and I actually wear this all the time. This is my most worn knit, which is crazy because I thought my most worn knit would be like a sweater or something. No. My most worn knit is these pants. I wear this religiously, and I wash this in a washer all the time, and it looks great. And I think that's like the main thing I like about acrylic yarn, is that you can just toss it in a washer and dryer, and it doesn't matter. I washed this probably like 10 times already, and it still looks the same. Like, it looks great. It actually looks better after I wash it because the stitches look neat again, and it's just beautiful. And I actually have a pattern, well, like a tutorial on YouTube, so if you guys, I forgot which way, I feel like it's my left, I'm remembering he was saying that, but I feel like I'm faced differently, maybe because I'm at a desk. But yeah, I'll just have I'll put the tutorial up here for you guys if you guys want to knit your own pants, and it's made to measure, so it'll fit you the way however you're shaped and good stuff like that. So I literally went crazy and decided to knit pants, and I'm obsessed with these pants, and I actually plan on knitting more pants because I love designing and making my own things, and I also love reading patterns and making pattern clothes as well. So I told myself that I can follow a sweater pattern and then knit my own pants to match it, so it'll be like a cute little like yoga pants kind of set going on. So I'm definitely gonna start doing that soon. But yeah, I'm obsessed with these pants. I wear these all the time. The only reason I'm probably not wearing it now is because I needed it for this video. So after I knitted these pants, I got a knitting machine because I was seeing so many videos of people with their Centro machine, knitting machine, and I was like, I want to get a machine and I want to try it out and see like what the hype's about. So I bought a knitting machine, and then since I made these pants, I decided to make a top. a knit machine top to match these pants, and the top turned out so cute. But when I tell you, when I was making this top, I was so scared, because if you guys haven't if you guys don't have a knitting machine, when you knit on a knitting machine, your panel's tiny. Your panel's like this tiny, and then it stretches like crazy. So when I like popped it off, like popped one of the panels, like the front panel off the knitting machine, I was like, why is it so tiny? Like, it literally looked like it would fit a toddler. I am not joking. It was so small, but it actually ended up fitting me, and actually ended up fitting me well. And I did put my own twist to it, because I wanted, usually with the knitting machine, it's basically like 2 straight panels, and you just like sew it together, and then it's kind of like this circular neckline. But I didn't want that circular neckline. I wanted like a neckline where it drops at the front and like that. And so I definitely did my own little version and ended up with this cute top, and it came out exactly how I wanted it. I will say, having a machine is so great, because with sleeves like this, I don't have to sit here and knit this super long sleeve. I could just crank that up on my adding machine and get that done in like an hour, rather than like spending hours knitting super long sleeves like this. Like, this took me no time at all, and now I have a cute little set. So after that, I decided to knit a Valentine's Day themed knit set, because I kind of did that with my crochet, so I decided to do it with my knit as well. And I designed this, so I machine knitted the sleeves, because again, my arms are super long, and I wanted this to be like a fairly quick project, and I know that knitting on a machine wouldn't take as long as me hand knitting this. So with the sleeves on this top that I designed, I machine knitted the sleeves, and then for the front panel, I just kind of, you know, did my thing there. And I wanted it, this was a recreation of a picture, because I saw a picture on Pinterest, and it was like this wide like neckline type of outfit, and then it had like super cute skinny long sleeves, and then a cute maxi skirt to go with it. So I recreated that, but I turned it into like a Valentine's Day kind of vibe, and so I ended up with this cute top. I finished it off like with crochet trimming, and I love that I can incorporate crochet in my knitting garments, because it comes in handy. Like, doing like single crochet borders with my knit outfits like that comes in handy, and I love that. And then to match that top, I knitted a cute maxi skirt to go with it. And this was my first time knitting a skirt, and like a maxi skirt, and I actually put a little split at the bottom with it, and it was just so cute, and it was such a cute set. And I put elastic in a waistband as well, so that kind of cinched in. So it kind of cinched in, and it was like a cute little tight fit. And then when I showed my friend this outfit, she was like, oh my god, I need it. So I knitted this outfit for myself, and then I knitted an outfit for her, the same one, because she wanted like the colors as well. So I knitted that for her, and then her mom saw it, and she was like, oh my god, I need that. So I knitted a green and black set for her mom. So I knitted 3 of these. I just don't have the others because they have it. I actually used Impeccable for this. I love using Impeccable with my knitting, because one, it turns out so nice, and it's not chunky and like heavy. It's so light, and I love it. So that was this cute little set I knitted in February, and I think I spent basically most of that month knitting the sets for my friend and her mom. And then I also spent that time knitting these 3 tops, even though this took no time at all. So I randomly decided, like, yeah, I say randomly decided all the time, because I just randomly decide to do random things. So I did a YouTube video of like how many tops I can machine knit in a day or something like that, and so I got 3 tops done. I ended up with 3 machine knitted tops, and guess what? Guess what? I can't fit them. Not one. They're all way too tight. Like, I messed up with how far I sewed up. So I should have like sewed up to like right here, and then I would have way more sleeve to like fit on my shoulder. I sewed up too high, and now they all just fit like scrunched like this. Like, I can barely relax. If I relax with this on, it's like super stretched out, and it just looks ridiculous. So I have 3 beautiful machine knitted tops that I can't wear because I can't fit it, because I butchered it, and now they're just here for decoration basically, because I can't do anything with it, and they all came out so cute, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can't believe I can't fit it. So yeah, but there's this top that I just machine knitted the sleeves. No, I machine knitted, yeah, I machine knitted everything, and then I just sewed everything up. So yeah, there's this top, and then there's this top that I machine knitted, and then there's this top that I machine knitted, and none of them could fit me. Yay me. So anyway, after that, it was March, and I came across this cute like kind of like cardigan looking thing, and I wanted to recreate that, and so I decided to knit a top, a skirt, and that like cardigan thing with it, and it came out so freaking cute. So I knitted this cute little like cardigan with the fluffy sleeve, but guess what? I know the picture looks great, but this actually looks crazy on me regularly. I butchered this, and you guys would never ever know. So I butchered this because I made the sleeves, something happened. I machine knitted the sleeves, and that wasn't the problem. Oh, I remember the problem with this. I knitted too much of the front panel. Like, so I had the long back panel and then 2 side panels, and I usually have my back panel, and that gives me the amount of stitches I need to cast on for the front panel. Then I kind of subtract more, but I should have subtracted way more because my side panel was too long, and then it ended up looking crazy. And then I had to like sew, like I had to do some crazy stuff and cinch like the side panel together so it kind of like stayed on my shoulder, because it was crazy. And for the pictures I took, I actually had a rubber band like pinched and holding my cardigan together like this, so it gave that illusion that it was exactly how I wanted it, but in reality it was just a rubber band keeping it together, and I actually butchered this. Yeah, but you guys would never ever know that, because when I knit stuff and if it like turns out not how I wanted it, I just fix it to how I wanted it to look for a picture, and then I just forget about it. Like, I don't stress over it, I don't like dwell on it, and I'm not like, oh my god, I messed it up, like what am I gonna do? No, I just make it work for the picture, and then I just toss it to the side and forget I knitted it, and I sat on that. And that's what happened with this, but it still turned out cute. The concept turned out cute. Anyway, and then I knitted a skirt to go with it. I love the skirt, but I actually knitted this way too short on accident. I always knit my skirts like way too short, like, because I can't try it on when I'm knitting it, and so I just have to kind of like guess where it's stopping, and then usually it stops like way too short. But anyway, it still turned out cute, and that's this. I put elastic in a waistband, elastic thread in a waistband, so it's kind of cinched and nice. And that's that. And then for the top looks like this. But I can explain. So I was knitting an outfit that I'll show you guys later in this dwindling stack, and I was experimenting with like different designs I wanted to incorporate in that project. And so I saw this top that I made, and it was a perfect like blank canvas, and so I just started like cutting holes in it to see how I wanted to knit my other project and see how it would turn out. And I was just basically experimenting with this shirt because I didn't think I would need to show it off again. I didn't think it would be seen again because I wasn't really gonna wear it. And so yeah, I butchered it, and now you guys get to see the crazy outcome of my work. But you guys can kind of see before that's Thundy messing stuff up, but you guys can kind of see like what it looked like before, especially with the picture. But yeah, that's that. And this actually came out super cute. I actually liked it, but I would add sleeves if I wanted to like wear it out. But I'm not picking up stitches just to wear this out. Like, I would just knit something else. So that was that cute little 3-piece set I knitted in March. And then after that, I decided to knit the toasted tee, and I used Knitting for Olive double soft merino or something like that. It was like their discontinued yarn that we got so long ago, and I just decided to knit the toasted tee, and that's how it came out. I have never worn it. I don't even know if I've tried this on. I think it was just a project that I just put on the needles and just decided to knit it because my sister was knitting this at that time, and so I just decided to knit it with her. And that's that. Like, I had no like reason to knit this other than just knitting it because my sister was knitting it, and that's that. I've never worn it out, but it's pretty cute. But I think I'll just give this to my sisters because this is more their vibe than mine. And then after that, randomly again decided to knit the Louisiana sweater, but in tee form. And I wanted to try out, sorry, I wanted to try out the Lee Sugar and Cream yarn again because I tried that I tried it with crochet and I ended up liking it, and I wanted to see how I would like it with knitting. And so I made the Louisiana tee, and I actually realized that I actually hate that yarn. Which is crazy because I would rather crochet than knit it, which is weird because usually I would rather knit with yarn I wouldn't crochet with. Anyway, so it's weird that I would actually rather crochet with this yarn rather than knit with it. But yeah, I was not a fan of this, and you will definitely never ever catch me wearing this. But yeah, this was the Louisiana tee I decided to knit. And then after that, I had this Noro yarn. Where did I get that yarn from? I'm actually not sure where I got this Noro yarn from, but I wanted to make a project with it, and so I decided to knit the Louisiana tee again. And that's this beauty. This is actually my favorite top I've ever knitted so far. So I have my favorite sweater I've ever knitted, which is that colorful Louisiana sweater, and that's my favorite sweater I've ever knitted. And this is my favorite top I knitted. I love this top so much. I wear this any chance I can get. I love the crop look. I love the color variation. I love everything about this top. Like, I'm obsessed with it. Obsessed. And then I decided to knit shorts with it. Since I knitted shorts before, I knew exactly what to do. And so I knitted shorts, and I actually didn't even put I didn't put elastic thread in it for some reason, which is weird. Like, why wouldn't I put elastic thread in it? Oh, I think these shorts didn't really fit me well. But yeah, I just made a cute little set with that yarn, the Noro yarn. And this actually, the yarn feels really good on my skin, which was surprising. I thought it would feel a little rough on my skin, but it doesn't. It feels really good. So after that Louisiana tee, I decided to make another one, but better, and then make shorts with it. And that is this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful set I am obsessed with. After I knitted that, I knitted the poppy tee. But I have to tell you guys about the poppy tee. So I knitted the poppy tee because I was actually getting ready to knit a Louisiana sweater dress, because like I said, I was completely obsessed with it, and I wanted a dress version of all the tees and sweaters I was making. So I wanted a dress version of that, and I literally cast it on to knit the Louisiana sweater dress just from the Louisiana sweater pattern. And my sister Kahila, she was like, no, enough is enough. You need to stop. You need to stop and knit something else. So I was like, okay, well, tell me a pattern so I can knit it if you want me to knit something else. So she introduced me to the poppy tee by Petite Knit, and I was like, oh, that's cute. Definitely want to knit that. So this is how it turned out. Beautiful. Loved it. Obsessed with it. Definitely it doesn't beat this Louisiana sweater top, but it was up there with like my favorite projects, because one, it was so different. The construction was different. It was so cool. It looked amazing. I loved that tee. And then I went to Sweden and I wore the tee again. Great, wonderful, that's fine. But this is where everything went wrong. This is where everything went wrong. I brought the tee to Sweden. Then I came back home, and as soon as I come back home, I always unpack. I do not wait to unpack my suitcase or duffel bag. Like, I do not wait. As soon as I come back from a trip, I immediately unpack, so I do not have to worry about that later. So I unpacked all my stuff, dumped them in my dirty clothes, and then I washed my clothes, right? Perfect. Not perfect. That's when I realized I washed my poppy tee. I washed my poppy tee. And I knitted this with, like, where's my phone? I think Drops Lima. I think I knitted this with Drops Lima, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so I knitted this poppy tee with Drops Lima. And you're not supposed to wash stuff. You can't wash stuff like this with, like you can wash acrylic, right? You're supposed to hand wash it and take care of it like that. I know that. I am well aware of how I'm supposed to wash my projects that aren't acrylic. I'm aware of that. But when I dumped my clothes in a washer, I didn't realize I had this with my other clothes, and I washed my poppy tee. Yeah. Sorry, Onyx. I washed my poppy tee. And now it looks like this. the one tee that I actually like took my time out to knit. I took my time knitting this and I loved this tee. I actually wore it multiple times after I made this. Like, this wasn't a project where I just threw to the side and just forgot about it. No, this was in my like top 5 projects, and now it looks like this because I accidentally washed and dried it. Yeah, I didn't realize until I took it out the dryer. And I showed my sisters and they laughed. So yeah, this is my poppy tee now. But I learned my lesson. And I will knit it again in this color to avenge its death. Yes. So that was my poppy tee that I knitted and messed up. Yay me. And then after I knitted that poppy tee, that's when Barbie was going crazy. So I was like, let me hop on this Barbie trend and like knit something, you know, Barbie-ish. So I knitted the Louisiana tee. Yes, I did. I went back and knitted the Louisiana tee. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I don't feel bad at all. I did it. Yep. But I ended up with this. Like, how can you beat this? And my cat's on me, so that's why I can't really like show it off well. But yeah, I knitted this cute Louisiana tee, and this was my first time duplicate stitching anything in a project before. But I was like, I need to duplicate stitch like a Barbie logo on this. And then when I started duplicate stitching, I was like, oh my god, this is so easy. I thought it was way harder. In my head, I made it way harder than it actually was, and I am obsessed. I'm obsessed with this top. Like, I can wear this top with the cute little cargo pants and stuff like that. I don't care what anybody has to say about my Louisiana tee. I'm obsessed with making them, and I will continue to make them. Like, how can I not when they come out like this? Come on now. And then I made a cute little skirt to go with this Barbie set, and it came out like this. I decided to do a cute little trimming, not trimming, a cute little split, because I just wanted it to be different than like all the other skirts I've knitted, and so I just did a split for that and did pink trimming around it, and that turned out so cute. I think that's like my favorite outfit I've knitted. I have like a favorite tee, favorite sweater, and I don't know, I would say this is my favorite set, and then I would say this is like my favorite themed set. Yeah, I'm creating categories, so this will be my favorite theme set because I love this. But this is actually something I would wear outside to go places with. I would not wear this, like this set out, because this skirt is just way too short. I would not feel comfortable wearing that out because I would walk in and my butt would just show. So I definitely love this set for pictures mainly, and I like this set for like everyday wear type of vibe. So yeah. And then after that set, I wanted to just do something on the complete opposite spectrum of Barbie. And so I came up with this cute set that I just designed out of like my brain. With this set, my brain went crazy. I was just like, oh, I could do this, I could do this, I could do that. Oh, I'm gonna incorporate this, I'm gonna incorporate that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And then I ended up with this beautiful set that I would not wear in public. I would wear the pants, but not really the top. But I love this set. So the top looks like this. It looks crazy because I don't have the pins in it. So I have the pins in it that close it like this. But this was my first time. Oh, So if you guys didn't notice, this right here, I practiced it on this top first, which is why this hole is like this. Full circle moment, full circle. So yeah, that's why this giant hole is here, because I was practicing for this top first. I wanted to practice here first because I was like, if this doesn't work out, I don't want to like waste my time trying to do this on a project. But it turned out cute. It turned out exactly how I wanted it, and I deliberately like cut my project. I took a scissors and I chopped a giant hole in the middle of my top, and then I just crocheted. I crocheted around it to like give it that cute little orange border. And then my mom suggested that I add like pins, like safety pins, and that's how I ended up with that safety pin look, because of my mom. That was a perfect suggestion, because if I didn't have that pin, this whole thing would just be out. I thought it would be like a smaller slit, but no, it was wide, so that pin idea was perfect. So I ended up with this top, and then I knitted. I wanted to knit skinny pants because I've never knitted skinny pants before. Obviously I've knitted pants in the past, but this time I wanted to knit like basically like leggings. And boom, it was so easy. Like it was so easy, but I did have to, it was easy and it was hard at the same time, because I couldn't measure my pants for the longest, so I was like guessing on where I needed to decrease. But eventually I got to the point where I could like slide it on and kind of see where I was and where I would need to decrease and or like not decrease. So it was kind of difficult in the beginning, because I was like, I don't know if I need to decrease immediately or if I can get away with not decreasing yet. So it was kind of challenging at the start, but then it got easy and I ended up with this beautiful pants. Like, and then I dropped a stitch on purpose. I've never ever deliberately dropped a stitch in my project before, so doing that was so scary, but I did it. And then I decided to crochet a cute little like border around the barred part where I dropped my stitch, so it ended up like this with that, and I loved it. It was exactly what I envisioned. It's exactly what I wanted. And then I also chopped up my ribbing, which is the same thing I did for my Freddy Krueger. Then you have to zoom in. It's the same thing I did with my Freddy Krueger ribbing, but I did it with knitting, and it was way more challenging with knitting, like trying to keep all the strands together and make sure nothing was unraveling like crazy. So I had to pay attention to this way more than I had to pay attention with my crochet, but it ended up exactly how I wanted it, and I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with all the detailing that I did. Like, I cannot believe I designed that. Like, when I put it on, I was like, I made that? I knitted that? That's insane. That's so insane to me. So after that set, I wanted to make a quick video on how to knit a dress without a pattern, because I know people think that knitting stuff without a pattern is more challenging than it is, when it's really not. It is not challenging at all. I mean, it can be, but I think people don't realize that it can be simple as well, especially if you're looking for something simple. Like, I'm not talking about knitting a cabled like dress or something like that, but something simple with stockinette. It's so easy to knit without a pattern, and I wanted to show people that on my channel. And so I decided to quickly knit up this dress just as an example of how to knit a dress without a pattern, and it came out like this. It came out way too short, but that entire time I could not measure myself with it on. I couldn't try it on because I was on like 22-inch cables, and that could not even fit like over my thigh, much less both of my legs. And so I just had to guess on where I wanted it to stop, and I thought this was a good length to stop because I measured I measured my Valentine's Day skirt, and I was like, okay, at this point I think that'll be, you know, a good length for a dress now. Yeah, I messed that up. It was way too short, but the video is still the same. You know, it's always measurement based, so it's based on what you would want. So if you wanted it longer, you could obviously knit it longer, but for me, I just kind of messed that up. But yeah, and then I just finished off with crochet edging, because I love doing crochet borders with my knitted stuff. If I can incorporate it into my knitted garments, I do that like a lot, and that's why I love the fact that I know how to crochet, because I get to like crochet and knit and simultaneously, which is awesome. So I did this dress really quick. I think this took like a day to knit, because I just literally cast it on like however many stitches I needed, and then I just knit it to whatever length I wanted. Super easy, like so easy. And so that was that. And then the last thing I knitted in 2023 is September, so obviously this is not everything I've knitted for the year. It's just up to September. This is everything I have knitted so far. So my mom bought Beyonce tickets, and so we knew we were going to be going to the Beyonce concert, and then that's when I decided that I wanted to knit an outfit for the Beyonce concert, because why not knit something for the Beyonce concert? So I decided I was wondering what I should do, and I wanted a dress, but I wanted it to be different, something I really haven't done before, and something like just something different that I haven't done before. And so I was just brainstorming. I was looking through Pinterest and just seeing different ideas of what I could potentially do. And then I eventually realized that I wanted something like a ring and chains and connecting everything. Like I wanted something that looked intricate, and like I wanted something that looked like you knitted that, like how? And it came out exactly how I envisioned it, like exactly how I envisioned it, and I am obsessed. So that's the dress that I ended up designing and knitting for the Beyonce concert. And when I tell you that's exactly what I wanted, that is exactly what I wanted. Like I said, I wanted a skirt, I said I wanted a top, and then I wanted to somehow connect it together with a ring, and then I would crochet around that ring and then add straps, and then I wanted a cinched top too. It came out exactly how I described it and how I saw it in my head. And then I just quickly like added crochet again, crochet trimming with the dark gray yarn, and I crocheted around that O-ring so it had that cute little design going on. And then I added these chains to like hook so it had that different type of look, because it's a Beyonce concert. You can't just go with something with another look you had. Anyway, so I just wanted something totally different, and I got exactly that, and that's how I ended up with this beautiful knit dress, knitted and designed by me. And that is everything I knitted in 2023. That was my last project, and I am currently, Sunny's going crazy. I do have like a couple of projects I'm still working on now, but they're not finished, so I didn't really care to show you guys. But I will show you guys when I do finish them with my monthly recaps or my podcast. I'll like update you guys on what I'm working on with that. But that is it, and I'm so happy I got to show you guys everything I have made, and hopefully you guys found some inspiration on future projects you want to make yourself or design yourself, because I love making these videos, because I know for me, I like get certain ideas from like everywhere. Like if I see someone made something striped, I can be like, oh, I want to knit something striped. And if I see someone has like a scrunched top, I can be like, oh, okay, so I want like a striped scrunched looking top. And if I see someone like they knitted a halter top, I can be like, oh my gosh, I can knit a striped scrunched halter top. So I pick like different ideas from like what I see, and then I combine all that into one thing. And then that's how I kind of come up with my ideas, just by like seeing what other people are doing and then figuring out how I can like design something with everything I've seen. And that's literally how I do it. So hopefully you guys can do the same and just pick up what you guys could potentially want to knit in the future and things like that. And I would definitely try to have a video like this every year of everything I've knitted for the year for you guys to enjoy. So thank you guys so much for watching, and that is all I have for this video. So I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.